Do you ever look at some women and wonder how they look so put together with their hair done, their face looking glowy, and their nails all done, and their hands look smoother than ever, and their toes look so well pedicured or manicured, whatever. And you wonder how many hours they spend at the salon and how much money they spend to look that way. Well, I did too. But guess what? There is actually a very simple, affordable weekly self care routine that you can follow to look that way and to look confident and to look put together and look glowing all week. So you could do this either weekly or bi-weekly, and I'm going to share all my tips and tricks that I follow to look put together throughout the week. Hey everyone, welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. Today I'm going to be sharing my go-to glow up or self-care routine that you can easily follow to look polished and put together all week on a budget. No fuss, no muss, no spending hours at the salon, nothing. If you like this kind of content, make sure you like this video, you comment down below, you hit that subscribe button and the bell next to it so you're notified every time a video goes up on this channel. And let's dive right in. So starting from head to toe, naturally, I'm gonna start with the first category, which is the hair. So there are two things that I do on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, depending on what my week looks like. Actually what my weekend looks like if I have the time. So one of the things I do is give myself a hair spa. This is something that I would in the past go to the salon to do, but now I do it at home, although I really do miss that massaging chair that goes like this on your back. But it's fine. I think it's a shorter process if you do it at home, and it's just there's no appointment booking, nothing. All of that fuss is just out of the door. So what I usually do is just shampoo my hair like I normally would, and then I would either apply a hair mask or a hair treatment. So I have two options here with me. So my hair mask is the Love Beauty and Planet jojoba oil, hibiscus and pentavitine 2-minute magic hair mask. I either apply like a nice heaping amount of this on all over my lens, not the scalp, like mid to ends, or I would do the number 3 Olaplex treatment if I think my hair feels a little too dry, little too damaged, too much heat usually messes with your hair texture quite a bit. So I recently did this to fix that texture on my hair. But either one of these, and I would leave it on for 10 minutes, and I have a scalp hair spa cap like this. So you just put it, you put it over your head like this, and then there's like a setting here which you can either do like a normal heat or like double heat, whatever you prefer. This is a little scary when you put it on your wet hair because it's electric, but I'm a little careful when I do this. Like when I put it on my head, I am very aware that there's an electric thing on my head while my head is damp. So that is one drawback, but that with this combination works fantastic. And just 10 minutes, you don't have to do 30 minutes. Honestly, nobody has the time to sit with that much product in your hair for 30 minutes. It is not feasible. So I think 10 minutes does the job pretty well. Now the second kind of hair mask that I do if I really have a lot of time that weekend and I really want to go the extra mile and I feel like doing something extra, which sometimes we always do. So there's this hair mask that I found online. I don't know where, I just randomly came across it on YouTube. I'll put the ingredients here in this little area and how it's made and everything. So basically it is rice powder, flaxseed and water. So you boil all of them and then you make this thick paste and then you sort of strain it and you apply it, mix it with some coconut oil, and then you apply it on your lens. It gives you the glossiest shine, and I swear hair looks like you've done one of those expensive gloss treatments. It looks beautiful. They call it an at-home keratin treatment, I think. So I'm going to leave the recipe and the link of that video in the description box and on the screen here. But that is one of the things I do once a month. Maybe I wouldn't put that in my weekly routine, but once a month, that is something I would prefer doing to go that extra mile. So the second thing that I do in my hair category is dry scalp massage. Now I have very oily scalp, so I wash my hair every third day, second or third day, depending on how oily my scalp is or what the weather is like. But also I don't oil my hair, so because I have oily scalp, I am not supposed to oil my hair. Also, I had the oily scalp causes dandruff and itchiness and all of that, so I've been advised not to oil my hair. So instead what I do is I have one of those scalp massagers. I don't have it here with me, it's somewhere else in the house. I'll put up a picture. So it's like this scalp massager, so you just do it on your dry scalp. So you can do that once a week, or you can do it every day if you remember to do it. I don't, so I just do it on the days usually when I'm doing the hair mask and everything. So I just sort of massage my scalp with the shampoo on my hair, so that way I get two things done in one go. But sometimes I also just watch TV and I'll just run that scalp massager all over my scalp to sort of simulate the follicles and simulate the growth of new hair. But if you're someone who regularly oils your hair, I would suggest that you oil your hair and then you do the scalp massaging. That way it would help the oil penetrate into your scalp a lot better. The second category is the face, and again I have at least 3 to 4 different kind of routines that I do for my face depending on what I need that week. So either I do an exfoliating routine, or I do a face shaving routine, or I will do a hydrating routine, or an oil control routine. Again, depending on how my skin is, because my skin changes a lot since I have combination skin. So it depends on what my skin feels like. So the hydrating and the oil control, sort of swap days. So let's start with face shaving. It is something that I do at least weekly or a bi-weekly process, depending on how quickly your hair grows on your face. I don't know if you do face shaving, but it's something I would recommend everybody doing, because I'm telling you, makes your face feel like a baby's bum. It is so soft, and all your skincare like just absorbs, and your skin just sucks in all the goodness after you remove that peach fuzz from your face. And it is something that you need to get used to. Also, you could cut yourself, which I've done multiple times on my face, and then I have to slather oil on my face to make it hurt less. But that is just if you don't do it right, or if you don't have good razor. Like I have had razor bumps because the razor I've used for my face shaving were horrendous. So I will also give you options on what kind of razors to use for your face and how to do it, to avoid razor bumps. So my face shaving routine would ideally go like, I would cleanse my face properly at night. I wouldn't do this during the day. So at night I would wash my face, double cleanse if I'm wearing makeup or whatever, and just pat it dry, and then apply a nice heaping amount of either face oil or any oil that suits your skin. I prefer coconut oil, just because I feel like it's soothing, and if I do end up cutting myself, it doesn't hurt that much. And then like I would start with one side of my face, because if you just put oil all over your face and you're shaving one side of your face, then the other side dries up and sucks up all the oil. So I do one half at a time. There are actually multiple videos on YouTube on how to shave your face, so I'm not going to be showing you how to do that. But you do that with either an electric face shaver. I think Wheat has one, is the one that I have, I'm not sure. Or you could take one of those disposable razors by Bombay Shaving Company or Let's Shave, one of those companies. They have good razors. Don't take the cheap ones that cost $100, $150. I'm telling you, they're so the blades on those are not good, and they're probably gonna give you razor bumps, because I have gone through that. I bought the cheaper razors because I was like, oh, they're disposable, I don't want to spend money on it, and then I ended up getting razor bumps, and it is not worth the trouble. Trust me, either get the electric one, or get, if you want disposable ones, get one of a good company ones. I will leave all links in the description box, shop links where you can buy what. And I wouldn't suggest face shaving on a dry face, because it just doesn't give you the kind of results you want, no matter what anybody says. The second point is, on the nights that I'm not shaving my face, or on the weekends that I'm not shaving my face, I would do an exfoliating treatment. So like one of those AHA, BHA treatments, or one of my homemade scrubs. Contrary to what everybody believes, I do like physical scrubs. Okay, I don't know why it gives me the satisfaction of a smoother skin, but only if I make it at home. I don't like the tube ones. I like the facial scrubs, physical scrubs that you can make at home with like rice flour or coffee grounds, or even oat flour. I've used that as well. There are some recipes that I do follow that I will leave in the description box or in the pinned comment, so make sure you check that out. So I wouldn't suggest doing face shaving and the exfoliating routine on the same night, because face shaving already puts your skin through a lot. So don't do both on the same night. Break it up into a different weekend. The third point is, like I said, I will either do a hydrating treatment or an oil control treatment. I have a face mask that I use for a hydrating, brightening, glowing face, but I make that at home. So I mix some rice flour, honey, yogurt, and I mix all of that and keep it in the fridge, and I just put like a nice thick layer of it on my face. And for the oil control face mask, I actually have the Innisfree pore clay mask. I will leave it on the screen and the description box. Everything I mentioned in this video will be in the description box with the shop links. Please go check it out. I'm tired of saying it after every sentence, so it will be down below in the comments or in the description box. Please make sure you check it out. So to sum it up, for the second category, that is the face, you have the face shaving routine, you have the exfoliating routine, and you have the hydrating or the oil control, depending on what your skin type is like. Third category is your hands. So I don't have very long nails, for that matter, because I can't keep long nails, considering I have very, like, they break easily, and I do a lot of housework, so they're sort of, you know, they're just prone to breaking. So I don't grow my nails a lot, but it took me many years, I would say 10 years at least, to figure out how to do a manicure at home that makes your nails look neat, polished, and they don't look raggedy and like you've been, you know, I don't know, like you work in a mine or something. So there is this YouTuber I follow, I think her channel is called Salon Life or something, Nail Salon Life or something. I'll mention it. So I found her channel last year sometime, and it changed my entire perspective on how to do a manicure at home. Of course, it is not the same kind of manicure that you get done at the salon with like your hand dipping and the massage and the scrub and everything. If you want to get that done, of course, go to the salon. But you could do that at home also, you know. But what I'm talking about right now that I do on a weekly basis is not that extensive of a manicure. It is something much easier, and it doesn't freak you out thinking about how many things you have to do to have a good manicure and have good nails. I actually used to get very overwhelmed thinking I have to do so many things to have good nails and good hand hygiene, that I would go to the salon and get it done, or I would get nail extensions done, and oh my god, they ruined my nails to no extent. Like the last time I got nail extensions, I vowed I will not get it done for a good amount of time, you know. Like they ruined my nails to the extent that it made me want to cry. I mean, as they looked beautiful, but the aftermath of the nail extensions, gel extensions, is just not worth the trouble. Honestly, I would rather have my man hands with small nails and clean nails than have long nails and then worry about how awful they look after they, you know, the extensions come off. So after I watched a bunch of this YouTuber's videos, I handpicked a few things that are easier to follow, and I do that. And it's been, I think, at least 2 months since I've been doing that religiously, and I have seen good amount of results. Like initially you're just lazy and you're just like, is it even doing anything? But if you follow it for a, you know, regularly, weekly for a good amount of time, you start to see some good results. So two things that I learned from her channel were oil soaking your nails, and also this really quick method of doing your manicure. So I'm going to explain both of them now. So both of these things I do on a weekly basis because my nails were really damaged, so I have to do them every week without fail. So what I usually do is, so I have a full manicure kit with me. So what I do is I wash my hands thoroughly, no nail polish, no nothing, like no residue of anything whatsoever. Wash my hands thoroughly, and then I use my cuticle remover to basically, I apply them on the nail, and then I push my cuticles back instead of cutting it, because cutting your cuticles can be a big task, especially to do it with your non-dominant hand, and you could easily cut your inside nail skin, which is not good, and it could cause infections, and that is not good for your nails at all. So a lot of people, a lot of experts also suggest that you don't cut your cuticles, because it kind of keeps the dirt away from your from going inside your nail bed. So pushing back cuticles is something you can do weekly, which is basically just dead skin that accumulates here. So the cuticle remover and pushing back your cuticles really helps get rid of that dead skin and the buildup and everything that you get throughout the week. And then you wash that off, and basically you just file the, like, so say once you remove the cuticle, you just file the nail a little bit, so that there's no extra residue of anything, there's no dead skin, nothing. Then you wash your hands again and then you file your nails the way you want. I prefer round, and it's just cleaner, it just looks neater. So whatever shape you prefer, you make sure you file them every weekend, and then you soak your nails in a warm oil. So I use coconut oil, like a mixture of coconut oil, almond oil, but what the lady from that YouTube channel suggests is using jojoba oil, but I think coconut castor oil does a good job as well. So if you have jojoba oil, go ahead with it, but I have coconut castor oil almond oil mixture at home that I use for multiple things. So I just put that in a double boiler, and I just soak my nails in it for 5 minutes on each hand, and then I massage them very well. So like I'll soak my hands one hand at a time, and then I'll just like massage them like this, and then like this, so that the oil goes inside properly. And then you don't wash that off, you just wipe it off with the cloth or towel and everything, and you sleep with that. Like you put your hand cream, everything, and you sleep. The next day you put a nail hardener or something. So I have this one right here, which is by Sally Hansen. It's called Hard as Nails nail hardener. This is what I use. I don't have clear nail paint, I have this on my nail. So that's what I use to keep my nails from breaking and chipping, because if I don't put that, my nails break much easily. There's one more thing that I do throughout the week to make sure that all the hard work that we did on our nails that weekend does not go to waste, is every time I wash my hands, I make sure I moisturize them properly, and I put a cuticle oil. This is by Vadi Herbal's nail and cuticle oil. It's so easy. It has a roll on, and you just like roll it on your cuticles, and that really helps keep them hydrated, and they don't dry out, and they don't feel yucky and disgusting. Now the fourth category is feet. Now, I'm someone who has a weird pet peeve about unkempt feet. Okay, I just cannot stand it. I need them to look prim and proper. It is something that I've been doing for many, many years, and it's something that I would continue doing for many years to come. It is very rare that I go to get a pedicure unless, I want a massage and everything, but I do a bi-weekly pedicure routine. Like I said, this is something I've been doing for many, many years. So what I do is I start off with soaking my feet in warm water and a little bit of shampoo or body wash or whatever, So initially when I was like much younger and I didn't want to spend on things, I would take a bucket and I would just fill it with warm water and some shampoo and some salt and stick my feet in it. Now, a couple of years ago, I got myself a foot spa. So I'll leave a picture of it on the screen. So that has like this bubbling effect. The ones that there is in the salon. So they bubble, and they have a foot massager and everything at the end of, at the bottom of the machine. So I got that machine home. So I soak my feet in that warm water for at least 10 to 15 minutes. I watch something while I do this, because if you don't, you'll just get bored very easily. And then I do like a full-on pedicure. I mean, you could find videos on how to do a pedicure on yourself on YouTube very easily, so I'm not going to go through that process. Last but not the least is your body. So what I would do on a full body care routine is that I would use a body scrub. So I have two options. One is by Dove. I think it's called the body polish scrub. I really like that scrub. It does a wonderful job. I also have one by Lush. But the Lush one is like an indulgence, so I don't use it that often. It's just, when I want to smell like a cotton candy, I use it. But the Dove one also smells really good. So you just scrub you wash your body, and then you just scrub your entire body well to get rid of that dead skin. And don't be aggressive, be gentle, but you should do it, because it sort of polishes your skin and sort of removes all that dead skin, tan, everything, to to resurface your good skin basically. And once you've done that, you could go ahead with shaving, if that's something that you do, or waxing, or if waxing is something that you get done at the salon, then do this step one day before. I usually scrub and shave. Now I've gotten laser done, full body laser done. I usually shave like once in 2 to 3 months, so I don't have to shave every time I scrub myself. That is a good point to remember, to scrub yourself before you shave, and to put a nice amount of hydrating moisturizer or body butter after you're done, because you'll just have the smoothest skin on the planet. You could even use a body oil. So that was everything for my affordable self-care glow up routine that you could do weekly to look put together and just ready to take on the world. And I know it feels like a lot, but I feel like if you do it, if you commit to it really, it becomes like such a meditative thing. It's something that you do for yourself. You just like disconnect from everyone, and you just focus on yourself. You focus on giving yourself the time that you need and that your body needs. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, click the notification bell. Make sure you check the description box right under this video, and the pinned comments for my at-home hair mask and all the links of the products that I've spoken about or shown you in this video. And I'll see you next time. Bye.